and welcome everyone to the Wealthy Achiever Show, where we bring you fire tips so that you can retire early or just focus on your financial independence. That is what we are here for. So today's show is pretty exciting because I love taking questions and answering those. And this is a very hot topic: credit card hacking. All right. So swipe, swipe, swipe. We love to swipe this plastic or metal. You could have a metal card these days, right? So in this episode, I really want to dive into how you can use credit cards effectively. Now, let me please first begin by saying, please do not get into credit card debt to try to credit card hack. All right. If you already have credit card debt, please do not open another one. Focus on paying that debt off. Also, if you are not very disciplined with spending, please do not do this, because anytime you use credit, a line of credit, credit card, borrowing, payday loans, those are very slippery slopes. So if you're not very disciplined, then this is not going to be very helpful for you. So please do not do it. The only time I recommend using credit cards is if you have a really great budget that you live by and you know what your expenses are, and you can use the credit card to your advantage. Exactly how I do. So I want to explain to you how I do that. So let me break it down to you. So first of all, I have a great budget that I use, and you know that I give you my budget for free. So you can simply go to LakishaSimmons.com to get that budget. Any of the pages on my blog will give you access to that budget. Now, since I know what my expenses are coming in, going out, I know how much spending money I allocate for myself. I know about how much I'm going to be putting on a credit card, because some of my expenses are charged directly to my credit card. All right. So Netflix, which I love, I'm not going to lie, I have Netflix. All right. I don't have cable TV, I don't have satellite, but I do have Prime Video and I have Netflix. Both of those are charged to my card. And so that means that when that gets charged to my card, I can accumulate points for those purchases or for those charges. Some of the other things that get charged to my credit cards are groceries, gasoline, and anytime I spend money out of my regular spending. So I allocate myself somewhat of an allowance, I guess you could say. And as I spend, it goes on whatever card I'm accumulating the most points on, or whatever my goal is for that card. So especially if I'm going on a trip. So if I'm traveling, I'm definitely using a credit card, not my debit card. I had a friend who was recently telling me about how her debit card was hacked on a trip. And that can happen if you're using a debit card where the money's coming directly out of your account. I've also had situations where the hotel puts a very large hold on a chunk of money in my account. So if you're using a debit card, that's putting a hold on your cash. So if you have other expenses coming out, say your rent or your mortgage, and this hotel has put a large deposit on your card, that can really cause problems. So I use a credit card for that as well. Now, based on me using the credit card for my normal everyday expenses, I'm accumulating points. So instead of just using my debit card and the money coming straight out, which is great if you need to do that, if you need to budget that way. But for me, since I have a written budget that's in a spreadsheet and I'm constantly viewing it and making sure that I'm not going over, then I can go ahead and charge those things to the credit card. And then at the end of the month, I just pay the credit card off. So as long as I have been working, well, not working anymore, no paychecks rolling in. But when I had paychecks rolling in, I was always paid once a month as an adult. So now I know that I'm used to paying all my bills once a month and just used to income once a month. So the credit card, that works for me. Now, if I got paid twice a month, that may be different for you if that's your situation. But all in all, I say, If you're great with budgeting and you have self-discipline, then personally, I think it's okay to charge those normal everyday expenses to a credit card that you were already going to pay anyway, and then pay them off at the end of the month or the beginning of the month or whenever it is that you get paid. Sound good? All right, great. So let me talk to you about some of the most popular cards and why this can be very lucrative and how I have traveled all over the world for free. So first I'll start with some of the cards that you may have heard of. So if you've ever been on an airplane recently, you know that they're attempting to get you to get their credit card while you're on the plane. I think this is just really so interesting that on the plane, flight attendants are encouraging you to get their credit card, and they are walking up and down the aisle with the credit card applications in hand saying, yes, get this credit card, fill it out, and I'll send it in for you. Just go ahead and fill it out right now. I'll even have a pen for you. I just think that's so interesting that that's where the world has come to. So you have to know what you're doing, right, when it comes to these credit cards. So if you've been on American Airlines, if you've been on Delta, Southwest, any of the major carriers, even Spirit, Frontier, when you're on the airplane, they'll ask you, they'll say that we have a special promotion. If you're on the plane today and you fill it out, we'll give you an extra 500 points or an extra 1,000 points. And for signing up, there's a new card member bonus. That is the part that makes you perk up, or it should, because that's how you can travel for free. And the thing about it is, once you get this credit card, you're going to use it and it only to reach that bonus, because the bonus typically comes with some restrictions. In the past, the restrictions were really tough. So let's say you had to purchase $7,000 or $8,000. You had to charge that to the card within the first 3 months. So that's a pretty big bill. Nowadays, you don't have to charge very much. So for example, I have last year I had the Southwest personal card, and the spend was only $2,000 in 3 months. So if I spent $2,000 on anything at all within 3 months, which again, if I'm charging my everyday expenses, my gasoline, my Netflix, my mobile phone, groceries, if I'm charging those everyday expenses to the card, $2,000 in 3 months is not going to be much of a challenge, right? So after that $2,000 spent in 3 months, I was awarded 50,000 points. If you've ever flown on Southwest, you know that the flights don't cost a lot of points. So even if you take a round trip ticket that is 25,000 points, that's 2 tickets. So you can fly 2 round trip tickets for the 50,000 points, or even less. I've purchased Southwest flights one ways for 7, 8, 9,000 points. So you can see how a big chunk with this bonus of 50,000 points, that can go a long way, right? That's some serious credit card hacking there, right? So that's Southwest. Now, let me also explain to you something that's so lucrative with Southwest, which is one of the best travel deals out there. It's called the Southwest Companion Pass. Now, the Southwest Companion Pass is just the gold standard of travel perks. And let me tell you why, if you have never heard of it. With Southwest Companion Pass, wherever you fly, whenever you fly, for an entire year, someone can fly with you for no additional cost. Now, I believe there's some small fees, $5, $6 each way, that you'll have to pay. And I have no idea why they make you pay that small amount, but it's no more than $11 or $12 each ticket. But think about that. You can fly anywhere Southwest flies and bring someone with you for an entire year. So the rest of the year in which you get the companion pass and the whole full next year. That is amazing. So I have had the companion pass before, and let me tell you, It is one of the best things that's ever happened to me in my life because I love to travel. And the great thing about it is you can change the name on your companion 3 times. So you can switch back and forth between multiple people throughout that year that you own the companion pass. That is just the best deal. So you're probably wondering, well, how many points does it take to get the companion pass? Right now, at the time of this recording, I believe that the companion pass is up 125,000 points. And you're probably saying, oh my gosh, that's a ton of points. Well, it's not if you take advantage of the bonuses, because that is the whole secret to credit card hacking. You have to take advantage of the bonuses. So, with Southwest personal cards, the bonus ranges. So, right now, at the time of this recording, the bonus for the personal card is around 40,000 points if you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months. So $1,000 in first 3 months, again, that's not a bad spend at all. So you'll get 40,000 points. You're probably saying, well, Dr. Keisha, that's quite a ways off from 125 points. And it is. However, if you have a business, you can apply for the business card. So if you apply for the business card, it comes with 80,000 points when you spend this one has a spend of $5,000 in the first 3 months. So if you have a business, that's great for you because then the 80,000 points plus the 40,000 points, that's a 120,000 points. But guess what? Remember the 5,000 spend that you had to do and the $1,000 spend that you had for the personal card? Guess what? Those equate to points. And typically credit cards will give you $1 or 1 point per dollar spent. All right, that's typical, but you'll want to check at the time in which you apply to see what the point ratio is. If you buy a Southwest ticket with the Southwest card, they typically give you 2 points per dollar spent. So with every time you're spending, you're getting points. So that's going to easily get you up to that companion pass. Do not sleep on the companion pass. You will love it. Unless, of course, we go into one of those really ugly, nasty lockdowns in which we can't go anywhere. But hopefully, COVID is going to be behind us soon and we can travel the world again, the friendly skies again. And in that case, you definitely want to have your companion pass ready to go. All right. Now, there are annual fees with most of the cards. Sometimes you'll find a card that has a really great bonus and has no annual fee for the first year, which is lovely if you come across that. That is not the case for Southwest typically. So most of the time, the Southwest annual fee per card ranges from $99 a year to $199 per year. All right. So that is Southwest, and I love Southwest. It has been good to me. The flight prices are great. They have great itineraries. You can fly international, and they have the companion pass. Now, let's talk about another one of these really lucrative travel cards, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This one is very popular. I've had it a couple of times. Like most of these cards, I've had several times over, and I'll talk to you about how you can get the bonus more than once. But the Chase Sapphire Preferred card is a little bit different than the Southwest in that they don't have a companion pass option, but the points translate into dollars towards travel. So for example, right now at the time of this recording, the Chase card has a $60,000 bonus points offer once you're approved. So after you spend $4,000 in purchases in the first 3 months from account opening, you will have $750 to use towards travel. All right. So the great thing about Chase is they have their own travel portal through the credit card. So you get even more discounts by going through their portal. And you'll have $750 to use and be redeemed through their Ultimate Rewards program. Now, I don't know about you, but $750 towards travel, that's great because I'm already a budget conscious traveler because I like to take so many trips. I'm not the type of person that takes 1 or 2 big trips a year. I like to travel at least once a quarter to at least 2 times a quarter, but at the very least once a quarter. So since I like to travel so much, I don't mind taking smaller trips or staying more family friendly, budget friendly hotels so that I can travel more. And so $750 goes a really long way in that situation. Now, the Chase Preferred card does have I believe it does have an annual fee right now of $95. All right. But of course, there are other perks to these cards that I haven't even mentioned because obviously the main thing is towards travel, because that's the whole purpose of this particular episode, is how you can travel for free. Now, but of course, there are other perks. All right. So maybe you can receive points towards dining, use your points towards, some cards have cash back offers towards travel where you can do something called a rewind. So if you pay for travel and you can go in, that's the Venture Capital, I believe, Venture One Capital card that you've seen in all the commercials, and they'll give you a credit back for your travel. So there's all different ways to spin it and to use the benefits. But all in all, you want to look for the cards that give you the biggest bonus and the most money towards travel. So that's going to be the Southwest Companion Pass. That's going to be your Chase Sapphire Preferred, and the Capital One Venture card also has a really nice bonus. And I will say that the bonuses change over time. So if right now you see the Southwest bonus is just 40,000, give it some time because the 50,000 bonus will come back around. It may be a couple of months or up to 6 months, but they always come back around. Currently, the Venture Rewards, the Capital One Venture Rewards card, has a 60,000 bonus miles offer once you spend $3,000 on purchases within the first 3 months from account opening. And it also has a $95 annual fee. And that's pretty typical. But one of the other great perks about the Venture Rewards card is that it does offer you a $100 credit towards global entry or TSA PreCheck. And many of the cards are offering that these days. I believe my Chase Southwest card offers that as well. So that, again, another perk, but we're really focusing on those new member bonuses. So for this Venture Rewards card of 60,000 bonus miles, if I'm not mistaken, that equates to about $600. So 10,000 bonus miles is about a $100 credit. And these do change over time. So you want to check it at the time that you hear this recording to see what it is at that time or when you apply. All right, so we're getting to some great cards. Now, let's talk about what you would do when you have received the bonus and you're ready for a new card. Because I recommend that if you're going to do this, you definitely do one card at a time because you need to hit the spend. And you don't want to risk it and 3 months have passed and you haven't spent your $3,000 or your $5,000 because you won't get an opportunity to hit that spend again, because once your 3 months is up, they're up. So just use that one card for everything so that you hit the spend, you get your bonus. Now, once you have hit your bonus and received it, woohoo, congratulations for you. But you're probably thinking, okay, this is great. I'm going to book some flights, but how do I get to the next card and the next bonus? So typically the cards have a 24-month wait period before you can get the same bonus again. So what you're going to want to do is choose a different card option. So let's say you start with Chase, which I prefer because Chase has a rule. It's called the 524 rule. Chase will not approve you for a card if you have applied for more than 5 cards in the last 24 months. All right. So always do your Chase cards first to get those out of the way. and hit your bonuses. And then after you kind of hit most of the chase cards that you want, and the United has a chase card. I'm trying to think of all the chase cards. So of course, Southwest, the Sapphire is a chase card. United is a chase card. Once you hit most of those chase cards, then you can move to other banks like American Express. So Delta Airlines uses an American Express card. So that won't go against your 524 rule with Chase. All right. And then you can move to, we talked about Capital One. That's different. American Express. But you get the point. You want to make sure that you're not just putting all your eggs into the Chase basket at once, because the credit cards do look at where you're applying. Basically, that's what's important to know. Now, let's talk about this whole idea of credit card churning. You may have heard people say that, or you may have read it online, credit card churning. So once you've had the card for a while, maybe up to 2 years, then you can apply for the new card. All right. Or you may apply for the new card after you've received the bonus. So let's say maybe you have a card for a whole year and you've had the bonus, you've used the bonus, and then you apply for a second card. So you'll have that card, you'll start working towards the bonus for that card, and then you want to possibly go ahead and close that first card, because you may not want to have a ton of credit open at one time, and because you want the clock to restart on that first card. So for example, the Southwest cards I've had probably at least 3 times. So once I've had it for maybe, the Southwest cards typically have pretty good benefits. So I may keep the Southwest cards for up to 2 years. And then I'll close those cards after I've, of course, opened the new cards. And then my clock starts of when I can reopen the Southwest card and take advantage of the bonus again. Because obviously with that companion pass, you want to get that bonus as much as possible so that you can get the companion pass again. And the credit card bonuses, of course, go towards the companion pass. So let's see, where are we? Which card are we on? I wanted to tell you some of the cards that I've used and the amount of time that I have waited before I have closed and opened a new card, because that's important. It's important for a couple of reasons, but I think the main one is that you want to monitor your credit score. Your credit score will drop when you close a card. It just will. All right. And if you already are having a struggle with your credit, you want to really monitor this closely. So my credit score always stays between 780 points and 810 points. I don't think I've ever had a credit score over 810 or 817. And I just don't even use a lot of credit in general. So I think maybe that's why it stays pretty high. But with the card churning, you just want to monitor how often you're opening and closing and making sure you don't extend too much open credit. And that's why I'll never have more than maybe 3 or 4 cards open at a time. That's probably going to be my max, because I just don't want to have too much credit open at once. And again, if the card is open, you can't use that time towards your new member bonus again. So the card has to be closed for a certain number of time. For Chase or for Southwest, that's typically 24 months before you can get the card bonus again. I think the Capital One may be the same, about 2 years from the last time that you had received the bonus, and the card will have to have been closed for a certain amount of time before you can be eligible for the bonus again. So some of the other cards that I have had in the past are the Chase United card, which was a great one because it came with 60,000 bonus points, first check bag free, priority boarding, and the United Club Pass. So if you love going into those lounges at the airport, that's a great card for that. I've also had the Barclays American Airlines card. So American Airlines has two. There's one through Citi Card and Barclays, and I've had them both. The Barclays Aviator American Airlines card comes with a companion certificate, which is not the same as the companion pass, but with the companion certificate, you can fly someone with you, I believe, for one trip. All right. So but that's still a great perk. It's a great benefit. I've had the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I've had the Chase Sapphire Reserved, the Chase Southwest Premier, the Chase Business, Venture Capital One, Delta American Express, Hilton Honors. The Hilton Honors is also a really great one, but be careful about the American Express cards, because after you've had a bonus through American Express once or twice, you can't get it again. So you will be no longer eligible for an American Express welcome offer, period. All right. So be aware of that. So plan out your cards, the order in which you're going to apply for those cards. And so just want to go over this.
Not sure I understand.
These phones are just okay. So let me go over the gist of the 524 rule for you one more time. So if you have opened 5 or more credit cards in the past 24 months from any issuing bank, you will not be approved for a new credit card from Chase, period. All right. So that is good to note to start with your Chase cards. And the American Express has typically a 1 bonus per lifetime policy on their personal and business cards. All right. So I hope this has been helpful for you to use these credit cards to travel. I have had them all, and I have enjoyed every free flight I have taken, every free hotel room that I have had. And even though some of them have annual fees, the benefits of the card have outweighed the small annual fee. As you see, I still have a really high credit score because I pay my cards off each month. So if you can't afford to pay your cards off each month, then please do not do this, because the last thing I want you to do is to be in debt. That's going the opposite direction of where we want to go. We're moving towards financial freedom. But while you're on your journey, I want you to enjoy your life. Financial freedom is not about being so restrictive that you're not enjoying today and not enjoying the journey. It's just about making smarter decisions with your money. All right. So before I wrap up, I just want to remind you to please get your free financial calculator from my website, LakishaSimmons.com, your free budget bestie. I have so many tools and resources that will help you along your way at LakishaSimmons.com. And of course, get on the wait list for the next Wealthy Achiever program, 4-week program, so that I can walk you through all the steps together and help you on your journey to FIRE. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time.